come up with that dog shit pick. What the fuck were we thinking? What the fuck were you thinking? Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Jimnasium. As always, it's me, XFL Jim, joined by the one, the only, the AI of AI, many are calling him. It is Chase, Lupine Fiasco Sesams. What's up, bud?
What's up, Jim? I'm glad to see that you're home, safe and sound, all in one piece. Let me tell you, I was excited for you and afraid for you all at the same time because I was excited for you that your abduction, fetish might come to fruition. And then I was also terrified for you because I thought your abduction fetish could come into fruition.
It kind of did. So for those of you who don't know, I spent a weekend with the acclaimed creator Uncle Joe. Shout out the Uncle Joe Show on Twitch. I spent the whole weekend there, Thursday to Sunday. The issue was Sunday. I had to leave at my flight was at 9 in the morning, and I think it was like an hour Uber from his place to the airport.
You're telling me that you guys weren't, spry and ready to be awake early at 6, 7 in the morning to catch an early flight?
Shout out that one black guy. We're feeling great. If it would have been Saturday morning that I had to go back, no shot. Because I think I passed out about 5 hours into the stream, which was about probably 24 tornadoes in.
I just want to point out, Jim, it's crazy because I trimmed my beard and now I can see my teeth again.
Does it feel weird? When I had my big beard and I shaved it all, you just want to smile more.
Yeah, look at that. Hey,
it feels good, dude. He has the best tornado tech. 7-ounce bottles. 7-ounce bottles is the way to go.
So the pony bottles?
Yeah.
Is there a specific brand? Because the brand affects the bottle shape.
We did Dos Equis and we did Coronas.
Okay.
But
those are beers that I'd want to drink fast.
They were so much smaller and so much easier than the full-size High Lifes I do.
That's true. But the High Lifes have the artillery round shape that make you really feel like you're blowing your brains out, you know?
It does feel really good.
Yeah.
It does feel really good. It was just 2 full nights of just crazy debauchery. We wrestled. I brought my singlet and everything. He won. I almost got choked out.
He looks like a gigantic man, and you're not a small guy by any means.
No, it was a definite size advantage. That's for sure.
How big a boy? How big a boy is Uncle Joe?
So he's probably my height, maybe an inch taller than me, and then he's a good I say he's probably a good 30, 40 pounds bigger than me.
So he's around close to 3 bills?
I'd say close-ish. Holds it well.
To 3 bills? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Super thick. Super thick.
He does look like a sturdy feller. That's for sure.
People could probably tell from the morning show we did Saturday how I was struggling.
That was just not our finest work. That was not our finest hour at all.
No, shout out StreamYard for having the issue with the phone too, with the echo issue.
That of course is not on us, but still.
Yeah. Don't worry. That shows nothing on us. This does though, Chase. There's a lot going on in life. We gambled a lot. Since we didn't do the Picks Porch, we'll spin the wheel sometime on this show just for the people. Ooh. The question is when? Do we do it at the end or do we just pop it in randomly?
I'm gonna let you decide. You're the captain on this bizarre voyage that we're on.
So obviously we're gonna recap all the college football, the NFL. We might skip 2 games. We might skip 2 games if we kind of feel like it for college.
Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds really good. In fact,
I think it would also be fun, at least for college. Obviously, before we do any of that, there's coaching carousel. This is when the axe finally dropped. It's been a relatively quiet season. 4 coaches getting fired, aside from the couple with cause.
True.
Before the season even started.
True.
So right now, here's where we are. And the Melto,
And
So
a
we
Jerky
have
Boys call from a hotel in Naples, Florida.
can't do that.
Can't do that.
So we have a couple coaches let go. Jimbo Fisher, the most notable.
How surprising is that to you? It's pretty surprising to me.
I thought they were going to wait, but I guess I thought they were either going to do it really early on or wait, because Texas A&M is shaping up to have, a Texas A&M season. They could very easily still go 8-4. They have a sure win next week with the FCS game. Then it's LSU. So more likely than not, they were probably going to go 7-5.
More likely than not, yeah. Yeah, that's true. If you fire him after last season, though, man. When they have Devon A-Chain and they don't go to a bowl game.
Disgusting.
Gross. Like,
I don't know.
And then you hire Bobby Petrino. So you're making an investment there, too. Like, I don't get it. I don't get why this is the time unless they have their guy lined up.
It's Petrino.
I don't think it's Petrino.
No
one
shot.
trusts Petrino.
No shot.
We had a SGPN meeting earlier, and Cameron Kerr, who is like Texas A&M alum, was on there, and he said that he had donated tens of dollars to the A&M program, and I was like, "Listen, man, that doesn't even cover Bobby Petrino's lube expenses."
Jimbo Fisher is owed $77 million to be paid out through, the rest of throughout however many years.
Yeah, like, aren't you at least going to manufacture a cause so you don't have to pay that shit?
I think Texas A&M boosters don't care. I think they just want to show off how much money they have at this point. They're thinking in their dumb Texas A&M cult minds. It's like, you think we can't fire him? You think we're poor? What? Who do you think we are?
That's right. They have that small dick energy when it comes to money.
They're nothing but small dick energy. Shout out everybody going through, saying what's up. We love you guys. Jedi Grind, the GOAT. Yeah. I'm not wearing one of his jerseys. He's the one that made my Suck Squad jersey.
Oh, the hockey jersey?
The boy, the man, the myth, the legend.
I need homeboy to make me a bomber, a wolf.
I'll see if I can find one for you, dude. Other coaches fired on the year. Obviously, we know Mel Tucker, Pat Fitzgerald. Zach Arnett let go from Mississippi State. Kind of, you wanted to see him ride it out, but you knew that was probably short-lived.
Yeah, probably. That was just a tough position to have to hire any sort of coach and fill in or anything. No one wants to be that guy. You feel for him because he took that job a little bit. Yeah.
Do you know what the other two are, Chase? They're both Mountain West schools.
Did Brady Hoke get the axe?
He retired. Brady Hoke retired. 39-30 with his entirety over at the Aztecs. He's done. Brady Hoke retired.
God, whoever coaches
Andy Avalos let go from Boise State.
Wow. They usually don't fire coaches. Their coaches usually get taken,
Yes.
That's a good stepping that's a good 5-6 year stepping, stone kind of school. That's kind of surprising. They weren't terrible.
22-14 in 3 seasons.
I honestly thought it could have been a homeboy from Air Force, even though they've only lost 2 games.
It's been a rough 2.
Rough 2. That is
rough 2.
Rough 2.
It's been a rough 2. Hey, shout out Hawaii. I got Hawaii on the points. I bet them. I wasn't brave enough. I was not. The number 1 Hawaii stan in the garage was not brave enough.
I did not. I was on the wrong side of that. I was on the wrong side of everything in the last the 9:30 slot. I was on BYU money line. Nope. I was on over 76.5 in the USC
Oregon
gate. Yeah. Nope. I was on Air Force to just minus 9.5, just 9.5 to roll up Hawaii, and they get rolled.
That's the boy. That's the Joe right there. They did get rolled. That late night slate was brutal. Chase, we also have a couple conference championships. Always welcome in the garage. We have a couple conference championships lined up. Conference USA is set. It is Liberty versus New Mexico State.
Man,
So
I am not on either one of those. I was on La Tech. That was a big whiffer for me.
I got New Mexico State. I actually have a New Mexico State live right now. So I'm feeling buzzy about it. Pac-12 still not set. Big 12 still not set. The MAC, it's the East champion versus Toledo. Toledo is locked in for the MAC.
So East champion, we've got.
I think right now it's Miami.
Miami of Ohio, yeah.
I think right now it is Miami of Ohio, which I do have a future on Miami. Mountain West, nothing. American, nothing. SEC, it is Georgia, Alabama.
Go figure. Who would have fucking thought?
Very fun. Like, I've seen a lot of people make a lot of theories of what happens if, like, certain teams win out. Alabama's always in those talks. Sun Belt, it is Troy versus the East champ. I believe right now that's either Coastal Carolina or Georgia Southern. Oh, we lost Chase. No.
He's back.
He's back.
He's back.
He's back.
Okay. All right, last one I heard was SEC.
Oh, it was Sun Belt. So Troy versus East champ. It's going to either be Coastal Carolina or Georgia Southern.
Good on Coastal.
SWAC champion. Who cares? Sorry, Florida A&M. It's Florida A&M and whoever wins the West. ACC, it's Florida State versus somebody. It's Florida State versus somebody.
Alive. I think Boston, up until this Saturday, Boston College was still alive for it.
I'm looking up the full standings right now.
Yeah.
And then we do have a request from Joe to do a tornado. So I'm going to, once we figure all this out, it's good. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
I just have
That'll
to,
work.
I have to for the people. So I'm looking up right now.
You can tornado while we spin those wheels.
That's what, Chase.
I'm a genius. I figured
You're a
it out.
genius. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to make it happen for the people.
Let's do it.
Boom. So that's before we go to any previewing right here. So Chase, or someone in the chat, pick the slot.
Pick the slot. You see a slot. First slot name we see.
First one we see.
Oh, I do like Golden Hippo.
Old Golden Hippo. We just got a comment from Tiny Timbo.
That's a good point. Are you feeling that vibe?
We do Golden Hippo.
I feel that vibe.
Little Golden Hippo vibe?
Little golden Hippo vibe.
Okay, well, it's loading up. I'm going to get the drink. Ugh. I stay strapped with the high life always.
Let's do it.
Okay, so 20 free spin, Golden Hippo, replace symbols. Okay. Let's see. What do we want to do here? How much do I have? Let's do $2.
50 spins.
Oh, God. We'll do... It's going to be hard to get exactly 50. Yeah. Let's do 54, I guess.
All right, let's
no
turn
spin.
that volume way off.
Yeah, let's... Where is that at? There we go. There we go. Got that. Okay, I think we are all set.
Damn right. Best of luck, Tiny Timbo.
We're spinning!
It's on you if this doesn't work.
Yeah. This is all
Here we go. Here we go.
And I'm tornadoing too.
There we go. There we go. Look at him go. Look at the form, too. My goodness.
Whoa!
Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Oh.
Got some of that down the jersey.
There we go.
Come on.
There we go.
Come on!
There we go. Let's see. There you go. Get
Right
all
out
that
the
foam
fridge
in
kind
you.
of hurts. Come on!
Hit it.
You
Hit it.
slut! It's something. It was at least something. Oh, fuck.
Yep.
Oh, God.
I want this hippo so bad.
Dude, I've never wanted a hippo more.
One of my favorite facts about hippos is that they only exist in Colombia because of drug lords.
Is that true?
Yeah, Yeah, they have a hippo
Holy
problem because of Escobars. Hippos are wild.
That makes sense.
It does.
Oh, not at least
Oh, there
something.
we go.
At least we're getting something out of this. I want the
Yeah.
hippos though. I want that damn hippo.
Get this man a hippo.
Come on! Damn it!
Our boy agrees. It is in
It
fact
was-
a fun fact.
That is a fun fact. They should have played that on Narcos. Or is that where you found out the fun fact?
Well, it would have been. No. I mean, it would have been well after Narcos, right? Because it's now that they have a hippo problem. Now, after the hippos have been in the wild and like made more hippos.
So he probably just should have brought one hippo.
Yeah, instead he Noah's Ark
In
it,
hindsight.
and ended up. Yeah, and now we got nuisance animal hippos in Colombia. Oh, there we go.
That was something. That was a decent one. Chase, we got
Got
9
10,
spins
9.
left. Oh, we need the hippo wheel.
We need a hippo. We need a hippo.
We need
wheel
a hippo
big.
wheel, please.
Oh, there we go.
Not 960, not terrible. 5 left.
Hippo
5
wheel me.
left. Come on.
If it does, it's gonna be the last one.
For you audio listeners out there, this is very intense.
This is very.
Also,
intense.
watch the show. Watch the stream.
Also, watch the stream.
Son of a bitch!
All right,
Last one.
Here it
Fuck.
comes. How much did we lose here?
I think we only lost like 20, 30 bucks. Not bad. Not bad.
Oh, not bad. Not bad.
Yeah. I'm still playing the music. That's
There we go.
There we go. There we go. Back to.
All right.
Back
College
to.
football.
Okay, straight up the college football recap. Ball State 20, NIU 17. Again, midweek action. This is a very easy call of what you think will happen or what should happen. Do the opposite.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how you handicap the MAC midweek games. Whatever you think is going to happen, do the opposite of that, and that will happen.
It also happened in the next game. Western Michigan 38, Central 28. Because
Yeah,
Western
who would've
is
thought
buying
that?
away the worst.
The worst directional mish. But now kind of even with the other directional mishes, it turns out.
It's they're actually that
It's hard to
cemented them. They're the top directional mish right now.
That's insane. Who would have thunk it? Not this guy.
Shout out
would've
Joe.
thought-
Sorry, speaking
Oh.
of Joe, he's an NIU alum.
We're a big fan of your head coach, Bruce Bruce. Get low with it. Get loose with it. If you're a skinny girl, let Bruce Bruce hit it.
Ohio 20, Buffalo 10.
I thought Buffalo would have more fight in this one. Turns out they did not.
Yeah, this was. I mean, shout out Ohio's defense for actually coming up throughout the season. They've looked better. They look pretty solid.
That's fair.
They have a decent shot too to also win the MAC East title. So it's basically between them and Miami. Bowling Green also somehow in the mix there. MAC is still incredibly open. Toledo. Speaking of which, Miami of Ohio 19, Akron 40, Bowling Green 49, Kent State 19. This was kind of a more I felt like the Wednesday MAC games were more what you expect to happen happened.
That's fair. Yeah, that's kind of how. That's how I saw it too. Those weren't even competitive. That's
No, so those games, and then even the Toledo Eastern Michigan beatdown of 49-23. What did happen to Jordan Lynch? Joe asks. Let's see. Right now he is a Mount Carmel High School coach.
in Indiana.
Mount Carmel High School, Chicago. In Chicago.
Chicago. Okay.
He's a high
All
school
right.
head coach in Chicago.
Saving those youths from the troubles of the South Side.
Thursday night, Louisville 31, Virginia 24.
All right. Put Virginia in your top 5 power rankings.
On the
A
feisty
fucking-
scale?
Yes, in terms of good gambling teams, because that team covers. They had a chance to win this game. In fact, this was They look out for them next year. They're going to start turning some of these close covers into wins. They might be a pretty plucky football team next year. They're already plucky. They might be a winning football team next year.
With how they started this season, how distraught and bad they looked, how they're kind of coming in on the end. Honestly, both Virginia schools for the last half of the season have impressed.
Strong finish.
They kind of did the opposite Colorado thing where they looked so bad at the start of the year that you're just kind of like, you know what, guys? Good job.
Yeah. A reverse prime, a divisible.
Southern Miss 34, Louisiana 31.
Damn it, that was good.
that was good. That was good. That got me. Louisiana is also one of those teams that like I didn't expect much out of with how much they've lost.
Yeah.
Pretty good year.
Pretty good. They didn't cover though.
No, they did not, sadly.
No.
SMU 45, North Texas 21.
I kind of think North Texas was accomplished a feat by putting up 21 and not getting blown out by more, considering what SMU is doing to teams.
SMU coming. It's looking like right now it's a 3-way tie in the American. It's probably going to be Tulane SMU.
Yeah, I think that's probably it.
I think that's the most likely outcome. UNLV 34, Wyoming 14. Watch out for fucking UNLV, dude.
UNLV could end up, if JMU doesn't win their appeal, they could somehow end up the top, group of 5 team that ends up in a New Year's Day 6 bowl.
It would be really hard to choose between, like, say if UNLV wins out and, like, SMU wins out.
Right.
That's a tough one.
It's good. I mean, it will come down to the rankings, right? It's just whoever's the higher ranked.
I would think so.
I thought that's how they did the group of 5 team for the New Year's 6.
I guess that would make sense, yeah.
So
at that point,
higher ranked team would be, and UNLV would have to move up in the top 25, and it means the SMU would probably have to lose a game too.
So
Tulane, you'd have to have Tulane and SMU both lose and then be going in as 2 lost teams.
Exactly. So what you kind of, if you're UNLV, actually who you're probably rooting for is UTSA.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Who they've picked it back up. They were terrible. They have a terrible defense still, but they're better than they were earlier in the year. Just
shout out to Barry Odom and what he's doing at UNLV.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's impressive. I really like him as a coach. If ever Arkansas were in another coaching search spot, which I think Pittman might have saved his job at Arkansas by firing Dan Enos and beating Florida. But I was fully prepared to hear he was fired after that game we're not going to talk about.
I was too. We'll say the score for both of these games, Chase, but we'll skip right past them. Alabama 49, Kentucky 21. I mean, Alabama's Alabama at this point. I think Alabama can literally just beat anybody.
It feels good, Jim. Feels real good.
It doesn't.
That's it. It feels great.
Chase, I'm with you.
Like I had a spring in my step.
It feels good to be a hater.
Yeah, watching that score just keep ticking up against Kentucky, just chef's kiss, my boy.
Army 17, Holy Cross 14. Come on, Army.
Dude, we called this though. We knew this would be a close game. Fun fact, Air Force can't contain Bryson Daly, but Holy Cross can. Yep.
Also, Todd Monken did get extended. He got an extension from Army. I don't remember how many years it was. He got through 2027.
What's the
Jeff
OC?
Jeff Monken.
Jeff Monken. Okay.
So Jeff Monken's the Army head coach. The OC is
at
Todd
Baltimore.
Monken?
Is Todd Monken. Yeah, he's the Ravens. Yeah,
yes.
He's the Ravens OC now.
Yeah, so Jeff Monken's one of 3 coaches to get an extension. The other 2 being Dan Lanning, Small Dick Energy King, and Gus Malzahn, cheater extraordinaire.
Oh man, that just means that someone in the SEC is gonna have to pay his buyout. Probably Texas A&M.
Oh, dude, if he went to Texas A&M,
you know he is.
Oh, I kind of want.
They'll pay. They don't care if he got the extension. They'll pay that buyout. They're paying fucking Jimbo Fisher $77 million. It's obvious that they don't care. That money isn't real anymore.
They're playing with Monopoly dollars.
It's like Texas oil money, dude.
Illinois
it's that
48.
Houston oil money.
Yeah, it is. Illinois 48, Indiana 45 in overtime. This is the most un-Big Ten game I've ever seen between two very Big Ten teams.
It's a triple Burtoning.
The elusive triple Burtoning?
The elusive triple Burtoning, where you have almost 100 points put up in a Big Ten game that goes to overtime.
The albatross of Burtonings.
The albatross of Burtonings.
Maryland 13, Nebraska 10 on Peacock. I'm glad it was on Peacock so I didn't have to watch this, and hopefully no one else watched this. Nebraska has like 3 of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen somehow.
Yeah.
There was like 8 or 9 turnovers in this game.
That sounds about right.
Disgusting. Michigan 24,
You knew it was
Penn
bad
State
when
15.
You knew it was bad whenever they pulled out old square-headed Heinrich Harburg and they put in Jeff Sims. You knew it was bad at
all
that
3
point.
of them played. They had Jeff Sims, they had Harburg, and they had fucking Chuba Purdy.
I just wanted Jeff Sims to win that game. I've been waiting for Jeff Sims to win a game all season so I can call him Iceberg Sims.
No.
But he won't do it. He won't do it in time. I'm just trying to call the man Iceberg Sims.
Jeff Sims is defeated.
He's done.
And I'm actually worried now because Nebraska needed the Michigan State game in this game. There's actually a very good chance Nebraska doesn't make a bowl now.
You have Iowa and you have
Wisconsin.
I looked at it. Wisconsin. I think you could beat Wisconsin.
And still through the miracle that is the Big Ten West chase, Nebraska's still tied. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way tie for second.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
So if Nebraska wins out, they still make it.
You play Ohio State.
Actually, they would need Iowa to drop one more game. So they need Iowa to.
They'll lose to you.
Well, they need Iowa to drop. If Nebraska wins out, they're in. That's stupid. The worst division in all of football. Michigan 24, Penn State 15. This game was only notable because Michigan didn't have to do anything offensively in the second half, and also. Apparently Jim Harbaugh died. Did you see the speech?
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
What are we doing? Also way up there on the small dick energy meter.
All of Michigan right now. And just like I get it, whatever. He didn't do much. Whatever. You still did enough and you did it stupidly that you should probably be punished.
Yeah.
And now Jim Harbaugh's dead.
Now he's dead. Now he is a dead man.
This really probably only matters until the Ohio State game. Like, it doesn't matter until then.
Right.
And Penn State, by the way, James Franklin, I believe, like one top 10 win in the last, 5 years.
Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted there. I just get so many likes on my AI photos.
You're
pictures
sick.
on Insta. Yeah, my sick AI creations on Instagram. And by a lot, I mean from one person, and it's Christian.
Well, Christian's the best.
Yeah, of course. I love Christian. He'll like anything for me.
Did you see his pictures where he looks like a model?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I sent him a link to his own Instagram pictures. I was like, I jizzed to this, yo.
Yeah. Easily, in my opinion, the hottest person in the garage.
Dude, by far. Oh yeah. He had
by far.
Like that was like big, like 80s, like Gucci ad.
Yes.
Like, energy, dude. Like he's a very attractive man.
God damn, yes. South Carolina 47, Vanderbilt 6. Yeah.
Yeah, what would you expect?
Clemson 42, Georgia Tech 21. I called this for Uncle Joe. I said that this was a bet he should make on Georgia Tech. But I did stipulate that Georgia Tech is one of those teams that's all or nothing. You never know what you're going to get with them. I got nothing.
What was the spread in here? It was like 14.5.
Yeah, it was like 14.5.
Yeah, it didn't work.
No. Virginia Tech 48, Boston College 22. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Shout out both Virginia schools. Kind of looking a little bit better at the end of the season.
I was on the wrong side of this. I thought the wrong team was favored, and it was on Boston College straight up. And they have something going with that. I can't remember what the name. The kid's name is like Crayon or Tryon or
Is it Michael Crichton?
It is Jurassic Park and Jaws author Michael Crichton. That turns out, Jim, he's still got 6 years now because of COVID eligibility. No, it's I can't remember his name, but it's something like Cryon or Cry. I don't know. Dry on.
Dude,
Drip.
For the life of me, I couldn't tell you. For the life of me, Texas Tech 16, Kansas 13.
Kansas is weird. Kind of. Yeah, just the moment gets too big for them when they get ranked.
Yeah, that happened last year too. Once they got ranked, it was just curtains.
But they've been able to fight their way back into the rankings over and over again this year.
The most dangerous spot to go up against Kansas is when they're ranked 26th or 7th.
Yeah, when there are others receiving votes. Yeah, for sure.
USF 27, Temple 23.
I really thought that Kurt Warner's DNA would carry Temple to more wins this year, and I was wrong about that, and I feel bad, and I should feel bad.
Tulane 24, Tulsa 22. Hey, the Golden Hurricanes, they stepped it up.
Yeah.
That's a close loss. I mean, good job Tulane for winning a bad game like that, but ugh.
I've got a I've got a first tutter on Jerry
on the line right now,
and they're driving, but I think they're kicking the field goal. So
Liberty 38, ODU 10. Liberty's probably they're headed to the Conference USA Championship. My bet would be that they probably win it. New Mexico State is an interesting one for them to play, but all signs point to Liberty. I mean, what about Liberty for the New Year's Six?
They're a wagon. They're undefeated, aren't they?
They're undefeated.
So they're one of 6 undefeated teams in the country. There you go.
They are. They probably go in.
It's a dog shit conference, but
easily.
I think a 1-loss Tulane probably still goes in before them.
Oh, I think so too, because what is it? The CUSA is what?
Yeah, and the 1-loss is the CUSA. I mean, Jacksonville State would be in play for the CUSA championship. They're not even eligible right now.
So their out of conference games were what? Bowling Green. Is Jackson State?
Yeah.
It's other they haven't played any P5 team all year.
Yeah. The best team they've played is Jayville State. And that's a good team.
It is. Well, no, Chase. Jackson State. No, it was Jayville State. It was Jayville State. You're right.
Yeah, Jack's State.
Yeah.
They call themselves.
It's got to be either them or they've played when they played New Mexico State week 2.
Right.
Yeah, right. Dog shit. Yeah, it's I bet they put in a 1-loss Tulane over them.
A 1-loss Tulane or a 1-loss SMU.
Speaking of G5 schools, JMU, James Madison 44, UConn 6. If somehow JMU gets in, then if they get accepted, then they're in.
Then they are the Power 5 representative. Yeah, I guarantee it.
Arizona 34, Colorado 31. Arizona, dude?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I thought they would be good. They even managed to succeed once they lost that quarterback Deloria.
They've actually looked better.
They've looked better. Yeah. It's not. I think Arizona should be a decent football school. I think things are funner when Arizona's good at football. How about that?
Currently ranked 4th in the Pac-12 right now.
That's what I'm talking about. That's
right behind Oregon State.
That's a cover wagon.
Colorado Falls. It's looking tough. They got Washington State and Utah, and they need to win both of them. Yeah, they need to win both. They need to win out to make a bowl.
I think the fact that they won as many games as they did is a pretty strong performance, and a pretty good coaching job for Dion. It's just the problem for them is that the hype train started so hard whenever they won that first game against TCU. And because of that, it's going to look like the season is a letdown when it turns out That's a pretty good performance. If they can get 5, if they can somehow win out and go to a bowl game, then this year is a smashing success. If they can get 5 games and have a chance to be bowl eligible against Utah, still a pretty good season.
I think the season as it stands right now, not exactly how I figured it would go, but I pictured them around like a 3-4 win team. Yeah. Just based on how bad they were. And like I think Deion's a good coach. I agree with you in the fact that the early season hype really did him in, that it makes it feel like to some people that maybe this is a disappointing season.
It's not. It's not
at all.
It
shouldn't be.
Should not be. Good for Colorado.
NC State 26, Wake Forest 6. Disappointing season for Wake. I will say that.
Yeah, that Griffiths kid turns out not as good.
Could have really used a Sam Hartman maybe.
Yeah,
Memphis 44, the disrespected Biff Pogies of Charlotte 38.
In overtime.
They made it to overtime.
They led this thing.
That's a win.
They led this thing into the stretch. They got nipped at the fucking wire. We were on the disrespected Biff Pogies. That was a sprinkle. Damn it. I wanted that one so bad, Jim.
That should count as a win for Charlotte.
That's one of like 4 that I didn't get this weekend that I thought I had a chance to get that I wanted so bad.
App State 42, Georgia State 14. Come on, App State. What are we doing? Come on. You're supposed to make these like nail biters.
Yeah. Not so much this time.
No. Troy 45, ULM 14. Troy does what Troy does. Troy will more likely than not be winning the Sun Belt this year. Not much more to say on that one.
Fair.
Sam Houston 42, La Tech 27. Can't be doing that, La Tech. No.
La Tech also fell on the cover wagon list whenever they were playing at home, and they were just never like up. They made it look a lot closer than it actually was, and I'm decided that maybe Hank Bachmeier's fucking sucks.
I think
Fuck that guy.
I think we might be onto something here.
I might be on. I might have figured out the issue.
Kansas State 59, Baylor 25. Yeah, it's about right.
Hey, thanks for coming out this year, Baylor.
Yeah, or not. They've had a real rough 2-year stretch right now. Utah State 41, Nevada 24. Yeah, about what I expect out of this game.
Yep.
MTSU 40, FIU 6. Thanks for coming out. Airport.
Thanks for coming out.
Purdue 49, Minnesota 30. And another crazy Big Ten West blowout, shoot 'em up.
Right.
It's too many points for this conference and division. I will not stand for it.
Insane. Insanity.
New Mexico State 38, Western Kentucky 29. New Mexico State on their way to the CUSA championship right now. Locked in. Feeling it.
Way to go, Aggies.
Northwestern 24, Wisconsin 10. That's more of a Big Ten West thing to have happen.
What? Where did Northwestern come from the last couple weeks? Because we watched them at the beginning of the season, and they were genuinely bad. And now they've ripped off 2 or 3 straight. They're going to go to a bowl game.
They're 5-5 right now.
They're going to go to a bowl game.
They play Purdue and Illinois. So if they here's the other stupid thing about this fucking division. So if Northwestern wins out and Iowa, Nebraska, and Wisconsin, Iowa and Nebraska lose out somehow,
then Northwestern would go because they would have the tiebreaker over you.
No, because we beat Northwestern. I think they did beat Iowa though.
That's right.
They lost to both. So they need
two losses out of Iowa.
Yeah, so they need 2 losses out of Iowa and us to just drop 1. So they need us to lose to Wisconsin and beat Iowa. And if that happens, by some act of God, the Northwestern Wildcats are headed to the Big Ten Championship.
Again.
Chase, don't be... There's still a way Illinois gets in. That's how dumb this is. It's never been more dumb.
Insanity.
Speaking of which, Iowa 22, Rutgers 0. I was worried about the under hitting in this one for a second.
Yeah. Jimbo. Football crazy, man. Football crazy.
Missouri 36, Tennessee 7.
I didn't see that coming. I knew that Missouri's good. Like I think I was on Saturday that I actually admitted that Missouri might be kind of a good football team. I think they might be. I think they might be okay. Those kids just might be okay at Mizzou.
I think they're the second best team in the SEC East. Like, I think this
They
kind
might
of stamps
be
that.
depending on what you think about them versus Alabama, they might just be the second best team in the SEC.
Well, the LSU game was wonky, so
It was a wonky finish. They easily could have ended up on the right side of that.
they definitely could have. I'd definitely place them in like the top 3 or 4.
Fair.
Washington 35, Utah 28. Washington's scraping by still. They're getting by, getting them wins. I'm just waiting for them to like replay Oregon and lose to Oregon at this point.
I really like all of the team, well, except for Michigan. I really like all the teams in the top like 5 and 6. And I know that one of them has to lose. I know that will put Washington in. And I'll tell you, like, if you had a undefeated Washington, undefeated Ohio State, undefeated Georgia, and who else is undefeated at this point? Florida State. I would be so happy. I would be happy with that.
I'd be very happy with that.
So happy with that Final Four. It would be great. I mean, it's a good representation all around the country. It's not like loaded up on the Big Ten or the SEC like they've been doing the last couple of years, which, I mean, of course, I do think that the SEC schools a couple of years showed that they kind of both deserve to be in because they met in the finals.
Yeah.
But still, like, I want Washington to be in there competing. I want Florida State to be in there and competing. I want Georgia, Ohio State. Like, I feel like that's an American. A goddamn American CFP.
It would be so uncontroversial just to have all the undefeated teams in. It'd be so easy.
Right.
Then, like, if you get fucked around and Oregon wins, Alabama wins, Texas wins out.
I'm certain that they really want Michigan to lose so they can avoid any sort of controversy of if they put them in or not. So, like, you know that if Michigan loses, they're out of it. Ohio State, Georgia, they both could lose one and still probably be in it at that point.
The issue then falls to, okay, we can just break this. Do you care about the rest of these games at all? I mean, TCU,
no,
Texas, 29.
Let's go.
Let's just fucking talk. So
yeah,
we're not even going to talk NFL on this show. Fuck it, Chase. There's so many different scenarios. So here, the worst one would be. So I don't think a one-loss non-Big Ten champion, especially if Michigan loses. No, that schedule. No,
they're done.
So you have an Alabama wins out.
Yep.
Beat Georgia in the SEC championship game. You have Oregon win out. One loss Oregon now is the Pac-12 champion. Texas wins out. One loss Texas team. Big 12 championship. Direct win over Alabama. And Florida State wins out.
It gets... That's when it starts to get... Like, Alabama is the linchpin. Because if Alabama can beat Georgia, that really throws the entire thing into complete tumult. It will be tumult. Is that a word?
It is now, at least.
I've
seen people like throwing Florida State out of the talk. No,
it's a word because things can be tumultuous. So it would be
tumult's a word.
Tumult. Therefore, tumult would be a word.
But I've seen people like throwing like Florida State out of the playoffs if there's like an Alabama, Oregon, Texas. Like people putting like Georgia in. No. You haven't. There has never been any Power 5 undefeated champion left out, and I don't think they're gonna.
Right. No, I don't think they will. I really want it to be. I don't want like a one-loss Oregon. I definitely want an undefeated Washington.
I would love.
I'd be okay. Tumult is allowed. Use noise, especially one caused by a large mass of people. Yeah.
Or confusion or disorder.
Yeah, it worked.
The whole neighborhood was in a state of fear and tumult. Yeah. You used it perfectly.
There we go. Yes. Yes, I did. Yeah, I don't want to see that. Like I really want like all these teams to get through undefeated because I do think these would be banger matchups. Now, if we do have a situation where it's like one loss teams, I'd be completely okay. Of course, I'm technically an SEC homer with an Alabama Georgia 3-4 sort of thing, where they are, Alabama beats Georgia in the SEC championship game. Because then at that point, I think that Alabama would have beaten the best team in college football. And despite that loss, I think Georgia would still be good enough to be ranked 3 with like an undefeated. Like I think it would be like
so then
you'll have Michigan or Ohio. You'll have Michigan and Ohio State out, right? Or Ohio State out.
Yeah, you'll have one. The loser of that matchup is out.
And so then it ends up being a coin flip between essentially Washington and Florida State if they both win out.
I think there's no shot if they both win out, they're both in.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. It would be the coin flip would be who gets the.
Oh, I mean, if Alabama wins
they would have to slide down. You'd have the 2-1 loss. They would slide down to 3-4. That means someone from 3, 4, and 5, or would have to. Well, I guess Alabama would be the one that rockets up.
Alabama would jump. So currently, right now, I mean the rankings don't come out till after the show, but currently Alabama is sitting at what is it right now? Ranked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're ranked 8th.
Yeah. So Alabama would be the one that shoots up into the top 4. So Georgia would slide down. That means Ohio State would probably jump, assuming Ohio State beats Michigan.
Let's just say Ohio State wins it. So Ohio State then would be 1.
Okay.
Because they're ranked number 1 in the playoff poll right now. So I think if Ohio State wins out, they're 1.
Okay.
If Alabama beats Georgia, that knocks Michigan from 3 to whatever, somewhere probably still barely top 10. Alabama beats Georgia. I think Alabama's probably up to 3. Or, I don't think they go any lower than 3.
Okay.
Washington wins out. Washington is probably... Yeah, I think it would be Ohio State, Florida State, Washington, Alabama would be your playoffs.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
The only controversy I see coming is if Texas wins out too.
Right. Even though Texas hasn't they looked stronger when they beat Alabama, but Alabama wasn't the same team, and Alabama's looked stronger down the stretch versus Texas, who technically isn't the same team, has looked weaker down the stretch.
I guess it's what matters more, how you're looking right now, or the actual head-to-head. That's tough.
Right.
That's tough.
That's true. Very true.
How you looking on that first touchdown?
I didn't get it. I did hit a Dalton Kincaid anytime, plus 160.
Hey, plus 160 is not nothing to scoff at.
And I'm also looking good for, under 47.5 and Denver plus 7.5 in this one.
Chase, we're just not going to have to worry about any of this because Texas is going to lose, I believe, this week to Iowa State.
To Iowa State? It's this week. It's finally here. We've been talking about this like it's Christmas, so it's finally here. It's here.
It's here.
It's here.
It's this week.
We did it.
We
did it. It's here. We did it. We did it. We made it. We made it all the way. It's here.
Oh, sorry. We do have to talk about one other game.
How many more sleeps?
We do have to talk about one other game. I mean, Oklahoma State 3, UCF 45. What are we doing? The fuck? The letdown of all letdowns. Come on.
I think at this point the melatonin and the anxiety medication had taken effect, and I was just like, I saw the score and it felt like it was a dream.
And that's all the football that happened. We don't have to talk about any game that the Razorbacks may have played or not played.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There we go. That's the right way to do it. Chase! Who cares about the NFL this week? That'll do it for this episode of the Jimnasium. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. We love you guys. And we'll see you next week. Mwah. Mwah. Mwah.